Eye contact is one of the most powerful ways to communicate with your online date. It can convey interest, attraction, confidence, and emotions. But how do you use eye contact effectively when you are not in the same room? Here are some tips to help you. First, make sure you have a good camera setup. You want your camera to be at eye level or slightly above, so that you can look directly into it. Avoid looking down or up at your screen, as this can make you seem distracted or insecure. Also, make sure you have enough lighting in a clear background, so that your face is visible and not blurry. Second, practice the 50-70 rule. This means that you should maintain eye contact with your date for about 50% of the time when you are talking, and 70% of the time when you are listening. This shows that you are interested in what they are saying, and that you are confident in what you are saying. Don't stare too much or too little, as this can make you seem creepy or bored. Third, use eye contact to flirt and create rapport. You can do this by using different types of eye contact, such as the glance. This is when you briefly look away from your date's eyes and then look back at them. This can create a sense of mystery and intrigue, and show that you are not too eager or desperate. The smile. This is when you smile with your eyes as well as your mouth. This can show that you are happy and enjoying the conversation, and that you like your date. The wink. This is when you close one eye briefly and then open it again. This can show that you are playful and cheeky, and that you have a sense of humor. The eyebrow raise. This is when you lift one or both eyebrows slightly and then lower them again. This can show that you are curious and interested in what your date is saying or doing, or that you are surprised or impressed by something they said or did. You can also use eye contact to express different emotions, such as happiness. Look at your date with wide eyes and a big smile. Sadness. Look at your date with lowered eyes and a frown. Anger. Look at your date with narrowed eyes and a scowl. Fear. Look at your date with wide eyes and a gasp. Surprise. Look at your date with wide eyes and an open mouth. Disgust. Look at your date with squinted eyes and a grimace. Remember, eye contact is not only about looking at your date's eyes, but also about looking at their whole face. Pay attention to their facial expressions, gestures, and body language, and mirror them subtly. This can create a sense of connection and empathy between you. Eye contact is a powerful tool to attract your online date, but it is not enough by itself. You also need to use your voice, words, and actions to communicate effectively. In the next section, we will talk about how to use body language to show interest and confidence. In this section, we will talk about how to use gestures and posture to express your personality and emotions when you're online dating. Gestures and posture are important aspects of body language that can help you communicate more effectively and attractively with your online date. Gestures are the movements of your hands, arms, head, and face that you use to emphasize or illustrate what you're saying. Posture is the way you hold your body when you're sitting or standing. Both gestures and posture can convey a lot of information about your mood, attitude, confidence, and interest. Here are some tips on how to use gestures and posture to express your personality and emotions. Use open gestures. Open gestures are those that show your palms, wrists, or forearms. They indicate that you're friendly, honest, and receptive. For example, you can use open gestures when you're introducing yourself, telling a story, or asking a question. Avoid closed gestures, such as crossing your arms, clasping your hands, or hiding your hands behind your back. They suggest that you're defensive, nervous, or bored. Use expressive gestures. Expressive gestures are those that match the tone and content of your speech. They help you emphasize your points, show your enthusiasm, and create rapport with your online date. For example, you can use expressive gestures when you're sharing something exciting, funny, or surprising. Avoid repetitive or distracting gestures, such as tapping your fingers, fidgeting with your hair, or touching your face. They imply that you're anxious, bored, or lying. Use appropriate gestures. Appropriate gestures are those that suit the context and culture of your online date. They show that you're respectful, polite, and aware of the social norms. For example, you can use appropriate gestures when you're greeting your online date, complimenting them, or saying goodbye. Avoid inappropriate gestures, such as pointing at someone, making rude signs, or invading someone's personal space. They indicate that you're rude, aggressive, or insensitive. Use confident posture. Confident posture is when you sit or stand straight, with your shoulders back and your chest out. It shows that you're self-assured, positive, and ready for action. For example, you can use confident posture when you're starting a conversation, making eye contact, or smiling. Avoid slouching posture, such as hunching your shoulders, lowering your head, or curling up your body. It suggests that you're insecure, negative, or passive. Use relaxed posture. Relaxed posture is when you sit or stand comfortably, with your body slightly leaning towards your online date. It shows that you're calm, comfortable, and interested in them. For example, you can use relaxed posture when you're listening attentively, nodding along, or laughing. Avoid tense posture, such as stiffening your body, holding your breath, or clenching your jaw. It implies that you're nervous, uncomfortable, or bored. By using gestures and posture to express your personality and emotions, you can make a better impression on your online date and create a more attractive and engaging online presence. Remember to use open, expressive, and appropriate gestures, and confident and relaxed posture. These are some of the best ways to use body language to attract your online date. Facial expressions and tone of voice are two of the most important aspects of body language when it comes to online dating. They can help you express your emotions and intentions more clearly and effectively. In this section, we will show you how to use facial expressions and tone of voice to attract your online date. First, let's talk about facial expressions. Facial expressions are the movements of your face that show your feelings and thoughts. They can be subtle or obvious, depending on the situation. Some of the most common facial expressions that you can use to show interest and attraction are: smile. A smile is a universal sign of happiness and friendliness. It can make you seem more approachable and likable. When you smile at someone, you are telling them that you enjoy their company and that you are having a good time. A smile can also indicate flirtation, especially if you add a wink or a bite of your lip. Eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful way to show interest and attraction. If you want to show someone that you're interested in them, make sure to keep eye contact throughout the conversation. Eye contact can also create a sense of intimacy and connection between you and your date. However, don't stare too much, as that can be creepy or intimidating. Break eye contact occasionally to look away or down, which can show modesty or shyness. Raised eyebrows. Raised eyebrows are a sign of curiosity and surprise. They can show that you are intrigued by what your date is saying or doing. They can also indicate excitement or enthusiasm. When you raise your eyebrows at someone, you are inviting them to share more with you. Nodding. Nodding is a sign of agreement and understanding. It can show that you are listening attentively and that you are on the same page as your date. Nodding can also encourage your date to keep talking and to open up more. Second, let's talk about tone of voice. Tone of voice is the way you sound when you speak. It can convey your mood, attitude, and personality. Some of the most important aspects of tone of voice that you can use to show interest and attraction are: volume. Volume is how loud or soft you speak. It can show how confident or nervous you are, as well as how interested or bored you are. Generally, speaking louder can show confidence and enthusiasm, while speaking softer can show intimacy and tenderness. However, don't speak too loud or too soft, as that can be annoying or hard to hear. Pitch. Pitch is how high or low your voice sounds. It can show how excited or calm you are, as well as how feminine or masculine you are. Generally, speaking higher can show excitement and femininity, while speaking lower can show calmness and masculinity. However, don't speak too high or too low, as that can be unnatural or unattractive. Speed. Speed is how fast or slow you speak. It can show how nervous or relaxed you are, as well as how passionate or indifferent you are. Generally, speaking faster can show nervousness and passion, while speaking slower can show relaxation and indifference. However, don't speak too fast or too slow, as that can be confusing or boring. Emphasis. Emphasis is how much stress or force you put on certain words or syllables. It can show how important or meaningful something is to you, as well as how playful or serious you are. Generally, emphasizing more can show importance and playfulness, while emphasizing less can show meaninglessness and seriousness. However, don't emphasize too much or too little, as that can be exaggerated or dull. To sum up, facial expressions and tone of voice are two of the most important aspects of body language when it comes to online dating. They can help you express your emotions and intentions more clearly and effectively. By using facial expressions and tone of voice wisely, you can attract your online date and create a more enjoyable and memorable experience.